one today, just checking in the Storm Team 2 Weather Center. Josh says fine. Going to be fine.
Lots of sunshine.
75.
I love that.
Yeah, we were yesterday talking to Bill Sharp from Live 5 News because he's the only news reporter still living who was actually at the original shot on Fort Sumter.
That's back when they were down on East Bay Street,
Yeah,
right?
they were on East Bay Street, and he was a Cub reporter then, and they sent him down the street in his raincoat to the battery, and he was there covering the battle as it ensued in 1861.
That's incredible. I guess Charlie Hall was still at the
Charlie
station.
was back in the studio checking the weather for the Army and all, because they didn't know which way the wind was going to be blowing. But anyway, in that conversation, he was talking about the amazing job that the reenactors were doing in their uniforms and with the guns and everything else. And they, I asked him where they found people to play Union soldiers. Because, everybody down here would want to, be a Confederate soldier.
Sure they would.
Nobody wants to be a Union soldier.
No.
So he said they were from up north. They had to ship them in. And I said, well, from Ohio? And he said, yeah, that's right. Well, I got a note here from Tammy, who was born in Ohio.
Right.
And she took great offense to that.
She's not happy.
Was not. But she wished me a blessed day. I will say that.
Well, good for her.
So I got to take what she says to heart.
Mm-hmm.
But she says she has to say this because she just has to get it off her chest.
Mm-hmm.
She said, Ohio is considered the Midwest. It is not the North. We are not Yankees. Ohio is the Midwest. I have never been called a Yankee until I moved down here, and it is insulting. We do not talk like them. We do not act like them. I have been down here 9 years, and South Carolina is my home. Like it or not, I'm here to stay. Why are you all so down on us for wanting to come to this beautiful state and call it home? I could go on, but don't want to insult anybody. Have a blessed day. So in my mind, as I'm reading that, I'm saying, okay, well, in her heart, she is not a Yankee in her heart. So I'm thinking that Yankee, it must be a state of being more so than a geographical location.
Because geographically she is, you're saying?
Well, I'm just saying Ohio's right up there next to the Canadian border. It's about as north as you can get in the United States, wouldn't you think?
Well, I would think anything higher than Tennessee would be considered Yankee.
I think they consider, in my mind, anything east of the Mississippi, above the Mason-Dixon line, is north.
I'm thinking the same thing.
But then again, when you think back to it, like a lot of the people in Southwest Virginia, in eastern Tennessee, western North Carolina, a lot of the mountain folk were actually Union sympathizers and fought for the Union against the South, even though they were in states that were part of the Confederacy. It was more of a geographical thing. They didn't have plantations, they didn't have slaves, and they didn't depend on any of that for anything.
Right.
So they just didn't feel like they had anything in common with the fight, so they just defended their property, basically. A lot of them just didn't go either way. They just stayed home and fought with whoever came through.
What do you think Glenn McConnell would consider this woman?
It depends on whether she actually votes or not. I think if she votes, he's going to go along with her.
Okay.
And if she doesn't vote, then she's a damn Yankee. I mean, I'm just telling you how it is down here. That's all there is to it.
That is the truth.
That's the trick, Tammy. If you're of use, if you're a necessity, then you're welcome. You're family.
Right.
If you're not, then you're a Yankee.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the way I think folks look at it. Anybody that's north of Orangeburg is considered a Yankee down here, I think.
To Glenn McConnell.
To Glenn McConnell. To the true Confederates at heart.
Right.
Like I was watching the news last night, and they had those guys down on the Battery. Did you see any of the coverage? And they were singing the battle hymn of the Republic, and I said, now these guys would have been true plantation owners. They represent the old South.
Yeah.
Because they were all just in their hats and their.
I'm cool with the celebration, but I think those people are a little crazy.
You think so?
I do. I believe they're a little.
Those 9 guys that were standing there on the Battery.
They're living out there for 3 and 4 days, and I mean, with the exception of going over to Starbucks.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Having a latte and then going back out to bat.
Running down to Harris Teeter and getting a fruit salad.
That's right.
Yeah.
So apparently it is very authentic.
Oh, it's very authentic. It really is. Now, does this go on again today? Are they still out there shooting stuff today?
Yeah, they're still out there today. They're commemorating again today, day 2 of the Civil War.
Because I don't think that thing lasted. The siege didn't last but about 24, 25 hours, did it?
Well, I heard one of them say that they'd be out there for 3 days.
3 days. Well, I guess it took a while to clean it up after they, shot it all up.
When the Hunleys go that way?
I don't think that was till later on. I don't think that was till later on. But I know all day yesterday until I went to bed last night, I was still hearing
Shelling?
Yeah, I was still hearing the shelling.
Is that right?
Yeah. My dog was exhausted. She was just worn out from hearing
Did
all
they
those.
end up taking out anything, or did they have all? I mean, did they hit where they were supposed
I
to?
think other than the Chick-fil-A on Folly Road, other than that, I mean that they accidentally blew it up. But other than that, I think it all went as planned yesterday.
Okay.
It went very well.
I was concerned about that because I know those people aren't used to that kind of weaponry.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, they are.
They are.
Yeah, they keep them at the house and in their backyard and in the basement. And
Okay.
a lot of them live that way all the time. And once they go in the house, they put on
Their wool suits.
their wool suits and their long drawers and get their muskets out. And
I tell you, they're crazy.
it's 6:38 at WEZL.
Now.